So guys, I don't know where we're starting from today, but you must have thought I have missed a lot. But trust me, my eyes are always on the searchlight. So today I'm going to be talking about the Senate. So let us talk about Akpabio-led Senate. But for you to understand this Senate, you need to read the 48 Laws of Power. Because Robert Greene mapped out men like this long time ago in his book. Greene talked about understanding men, power, and institutions like this. So where do we start from? Before we talk about how power silence, let's talk about Law 16 that uses silence and selective management to preserve authority. Because not every issue is allowed to breathe, not every truth is allowed to finish. And certainly, not every man in the room is permitted the same weight, even if they carry the same title. Which brings us back to the old riddle of George Orwell, the animal kingdom. Because in the animal kingdom, they say all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the other. So imagine a senator rising at the chamber to speak about police funding, not ceremony, not comfort, just police funding. A serious matter of whether men who are protecting you and I, our lives, should perhaps be properly funded, while the country bleeds in broad daylight out of lack of security. So that was the first subject. You would think this is a national concern, at the very least. But then, this is power. So watch closely, watch carefully who is allowed to speak, who is permitted to continue, and watch how quickly equality begins to develop ranks. Let's take a listen.
The way we are using the police and the way we are funding the police, we are only complaining because we are not giving them the tools to work so that we will be able to handle them if they are...
Sorry. The Constitution of Nigeria is the ground norm.
Yeah.
The ground norm. So address me on that. Don't talk about whether we have adequate funding for police or we don't have adequate funding for police. We don't have adequate funding for the army. We don't have adequate funding for Air Force. We don't have adequate funding for the Navy. We don't have adequate funding for
the security.
We don't have adequate funding for Parliament. So please, I don't want us to stay here and then do something that will look as if anybody is against anywhere. Everybody knows the need for the police force to be funded, to be well funded. But talk about constitutionality of our action. We are a lawmaking body. We cannot be lawbreakers. Can you address that?
Yes, I can address
that.
Mr. President.
Without constitutional amendment, can you put police force on the consolidated revenue fund of the Federation?
Luckily for us, the Constitutional Amendment Committee is still on.
So in other words, you are recommending that we should also include it in the...
Include it so that there won't be any challenges to it.
It's taken. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you very much.
A senator rises to speak about security, about police funding, about the men expected to confront kidnapping, banditry, and the daily collapse of our public safety. But before it could even get to the point, before it could even land, power clears its truth. Not because the matter is irrelevant, not because the country is suddenly secure, no. Simply because power, when seated comfortably, has very little patience for inconvenience. Green's 48 Laws of Power, Law 27 reminds us that power survives by shaping belief, by conditioning people to accept control without question. And that is what the senator just did. He was controlled, he was redirected, and he gave in to pressure. So power by deciding what is said, when it is said, and who is allowed to say it. So this is a quiet reminder that while many men entered the chamber as senators, one man enters with the gavel. And of course, in our politics, gavel is less a tool of order and more a tool of control. So this is a part that Green will appreciate, because this clip is not just about the Senate moment. It's about a political parable and a reminder that in our system, power does not just deny the people by saying no. Sometimes it simply refuses to let the sentence finish. It is a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.